Well, I could have picked a better day for it, that's for sure. Anyway, new bike day. How mad is that? A new bike? I didn't even know I was getting one, and here I am with a new bike. If any of you can guess what bike it is, and you're brave enough, don't cheat, no cheating. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what bike you think I'm getting. It's gonna be a bit weird, a bit crazy. Let me know down in the comments below what you think it is. New bike reveal coming in 3, 2. So yeah, I bought Mike's bike. You must know Mike from the channel. We did a video not long ago called his last ever ride. That was a bit of a joke because he didn't really like the ride. Didn't think it was going to be his last ever ride, but he sold me his bike. So in a minute we're going to go through the bike. I'm going to show you all the cool trick bits that are on it. Loads of stuff that my bike didn't even have. It's a 2019 KTM 250 EXC. Mine was the 2018 version. This is a year newer. I'm just going to give you a little rundown quickly of how this happened. So the other night I was just at home chilling, minding my own business, and then I got a little message. Do you want to buy my bike? I was like, what? You're not selling, are you? And he was like, yeah, I'm selling. So I was like, well, I don't really have enough money just to go and buy your bike. And he was like, well, you need to make a decision because I'm trading my bike in tomorrow to buy a quad. So I was like, well, if you're trading yours in, how about I give you my bike and some money, I'll take your bike and then you can trade in my bike. And he said, yeah. So the next morning I drove down, I picked up his bike, gave him my bike, he traded that in, he's got a quad. It is now 2 days later, Mike hates the quad and he's selling it. So if anyone wants a Raptor 700R, leave a comment down below because Mike will definitely sell it to you. So yeah, now I've got a cool 2019 bike. We'll just get into it and I'll show you all the cool trick bits. So here she is. Right, number one, straight off the bat, I don't like the graphics. I mean, it's got Mike 4321 liftoff for a start. As you all know, Mike loves to flip his bike. Whoa! Yeah! So yeah, maybe I have bought a bad one because it's been thrown against a million trees. You can tell here. That's all there. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so we have, guys, be excited. We've got wraparound handguards. You've all been banging on to me for ages about getting these. So these aren't expensive ones. I think he paid like 10 quid for these, so they're the standard KTM handguards, but he just bought this wraparound metal piece which goes around here. I think it's like 10 quid, but still a cool little feature. It's not crazy, but I mean it does the job. The bike, I think it's got 32.3 hours on it, so that's really good. He's put a mapping switch on. It's a massive block. I'm going to change the switch itself, but what mine didn't have was a mapping switch. These don't come with mapping switches. I'm not sure if the KTM 6 days come with a mapping switch. I think they might. Otherwise you just unplug under there's a plug under the seat you unplug to make it wet mode or normal mode, but here we have a button to do that for you. I will change that, but that's pretty cool. So in the wet stuff, just push it in, your bike's in wet mode, or leave it out and it's normal mode. This little bum bag thing I'm going to get rid of, obviously because it's got a bit of a hole in it which lets water in, but I did have a little ride around the garden and I think it's just in the way. You can't really sit on the tank when you want to, especially the downhills we go on. Might have to take that off. It's got the orange frame which I really like. I love the orange frame. I'm going to put my plastics back on, which is quite annoying because Mike put the old Rocket Ralph and Midwest MX on the old graphics, but I'm going to take all these off. I quite like my other ones. I might leave the front apart from this. He's put a aftermarket light on. I think this is like 130 euros. If I can find it, I'll leave the link down below, because that is an absolute animal of a light. I'm so happy, because I was going to actually buy this light off him second hand before he sold the bike, but in the end I ended up buying the bike. Now I got a bike with an amazing light. You will not believe how good this thing is. It's so bright. If you've seen some of the videos, I think a couple of videos ago we started riding into the night, and that was like, it was ridiculous. I mean, I've ridden the bike itself. The suspension feels like, I don't know how many of you have actually jumped on a new bike. This isn't brand new, it's got 32 hours on it, but that compared to mine is like night and day. Now I realize how bad mine was, because mine said it had 45 hours on when I bought it, and it had obviously done way more than that, because when I bought it the brake discs were down to nothing. We changed the piston, and he'd obviously changed the piston before, and you don't do that within 45 hours unless you're absolutely mental. There is a downside to this bike though, a massive downside, and that is the Michelin. This is not a Michelin, this is a Metzler. I actually did take off my Michelin and mousse before I gave him my bike. I put the old tube in and the old tyre, so I've actually got that to put on. What I might do is just run this tyre down to the ground. He's got mousses in there, but they're not Michelin, and we all know I love Michelin. Michelin's the only way to go. It's a road legal bike, got the logbook, I've got a whole new spare plastics with it. This will look a lot different in the next video. The next video I will do a first ride video, so we're going to test it out properly and see how she does. Let's just start it up and see what she sounds like. It's just nice to have a newer bike, you know, 2019. It's got a pull strap, which I didn't have on mine, and you know the bogs we go in, this is actually quite vital, so that's cool. I don't know if he's got one on the front. He doesn't have one on the front, but anyway, that would have helped. She is a sick machine. Obviously, if you haven't realized, I've actually filmed this bit after the bit I just showed you, which is a bit ridiculous. I don't know why I've done it in this order, but it's absolutely hammering it down. Anyway, there's two things I ridiculously forgot to mention on the bike. One is it has a fan, which is amazing, because we know how much I love to overheat bikes. It also has a KTM power part seat, which is not cheap. Very grippy. The standard ones are quite slippery, so I mean, the rain! Oh, it's getting worse out here. I'm a little bit sad that my bike's gone. If a lot of you remember, on the channel last year I did a series called Learning to Ride a 2-Stroke Dirt Bike, where I just bought my bike, so I was a 4-stroke rider. This is my first 2-stroke bike. I did a little series on how I got used to the bike over like 4 episodes. Check that out, leave a card up here. So yeah, it is really sad to see, but now I've got a new bike, so make sure you subscribe, because next video will be the first ride video, and I'm sure we're going to put it through its paces and have a great time. We're also planning a camping trip soon, once the world gets back to normal. I think that might be quite fun, like a 2-day adventure somewhere in the UK somewhere. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment down below, leave a like on the video. As always, thanks for watching, ride safe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.